morning type shit. You tapped in with OGHatch type shit. Thin line between genius and insanity type shit. And look, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Let's go and get right into it.
Welcome to R.I.P. OG! Alright, you know what the fuck it is, man.
DJ, hit me! Whoa, 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 whoa. It's gonna be a good one, man. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all? And welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast, hosted by yours truly, OG. Now spin the block for them hating ass niggas in the back. Let them know your boy is the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest, also more. And I always do this one right here. Don't ever get it twisted, man. Episode 145. We're on the grind 200. This shit don't stop for a motherfucking me. So I want to shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped and joined the conversation, man. I truly appreciate all the love and support. Let's keep building the empire brick by brick. Type shit. But so with y'all, I don't know. Hopefully out there looking good, feeling good, staying safe. There's a whole lot of shit going on in church meditation each and every motherfucking episode. Episode 145, man, ain't shit changed. I do want to start the podcast off with what I did yesterday. As you know, this is a Saturday recording. It's episode 145. It's a Saturday recording, so you know I feel good as fuck. I am high as fuck. Not as high as I was last episode. I was entirely too high last episode. I was in there for damn near 2 hours type shit. Never again. Never, get it close up. Never the fuck again. Way too long. Those are the past days, man. We way past them 2 hour episodes. We way past that shit, man. But it's a Saturday recording, man. You know, Friday, yesterday, I took the day off. You know, so I told you I've been on my white people flow, my PTO flow, taking days off just to fuck because I want to get the fuck out the house. You know, it's playoff time. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to the NBA. So the weekends, these last, you know what I'm saying, 5 to 6 weekends been kind of booked with playoffs. You know, it's starting to die down now that the teams are starting to dwindle down to the last, 8 stuff. Yeah, those Western Conference Finals, Denver Nuggets, Lakers, and Celtics, and the Heat. Ironically, both teams that's tied for the most championships in NBA history is both down 0-2, the Lakers and Celtics. Lakers got to pull some shit out tonight. I'm a little nervous. I got faith that tonight's game, but I'm a little nervous overall, man. But we'll get into that later in the motherfucking episode. So what I've been doing is because my weekend's been so filled up with recording this podcast and making sure I edit and stuff like that and watching these damn basketball games, that I've been taking Fridays off from work and getting out in town, you know what I'm saying, doing some little shit, going to art museums, going to motherfucking gun ranges and shit like that, going to movies and stuff like that. That's kind of my flow. I'm not a big, you know what I'm saying, bar nigga. I'm not a club nigga. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying, I'm not a nigga that needs to be in a nightlife type shit. When I do step out, and do the off the wall shit that motherfuckers really don't ever think about. I go to art museums, my nigga. I'm sorry. I like looking at art. I'm sorry. That's fun to me. That's fun. I get high and I go to art museums. I enjoy that shit. I got high yesterday and I went to the movies first. I told you I was going to see that Fast Day. This was a self-care day for Hatch. It's a self-care day for me type shit. I really enjoyed myself, so tap in. First up, what did I do, man? I went to the movies, man. I told you I was going to see that Fast X, bro. I'm not really big into the Fast and Furious franchise, bro. I really stopped watching after Tokyo Drift shit and came back and these niggas was fucking catching cars and shit. I was a little bit thrown off, but I wanted to see just an action movie, bro. It was nice to just get the fuck out the crib, so that's what the fuck I went and did type shit, right? When it seen Fast X, and it was kind of weird because I don't want to say it was an empty, you know what I'm saying, theater. It was probably like 15 to 25 people in the entire theater. I went early, bro. It was like a 1:30, 1:45. Showing of the movie. Anytime I do go out, I like to get out early, bro, so I can like get fucked up in the last night of my day or get some ass or something like that. Like I like to do the grown folk shit later at night. The selfish shit, we gonna do that shit early. But there wasn't that many people in the theater type shit, right? So I sat all the way at the top. I never really do that, but this time I want to sit all the way at the top because now I'm starting to hate people being behind me and shit. Like it's starting to bother me a little bit. So PTSD starting to kick in a little bit. But I could have sworn a nigga that was like 15 seats down the road from me was getting some head. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could have sworn dude was getting some straight top of that motherfucker. But I didn't want to look over there because I didn't want to become an accessory, an accessory to this charge. But I could have sworn dude was getting some top or getting some ass or something. It was a whole lot of heavy breathing going on over there, like a lot. And I was a little bit shocked because I don't know if y'all noticed, but in the movie theater, it be cold as fuck. I don't know if it's because I'm out here in Arizona. It be cold as fuck, especially when you sitting at the top. It's like that's right there where the motherfucking be fans is. So a part of me, I was like, damn, bro, it's like 48 degrees in this bitch. There's no way my dick is getting hard in 48-degree weather. I'm sorry. It's 48 degrees in this bitch, and it's broad day at the movie theater. There's no way my dick is working like that. So I was like, damn, man, I ain't gonna lie, like, y'all get y'all shit off. Y'all can operate in such conditions. If y'all can move in certain conditions, I ain't even mad at you, my nigga. It was legit like 48 degrees in that motherfucker. I'm watching the whole movie with the sniffles, nose running like a motherfucker. I'm in that motherfucker with COVID. I'm in that bitch with COVID. I knew I contracted COVID some way, somehow. But just a few seats down, I'm telling you, it was a motherfucker getting served in that bitch. Straight served in that bitch. And I was so scared to look over. I was so focused on this goddamn movie. I was so about family with Dominic Toretto. You would thought I was driving the motherfucking me car. I was so locked in on that screen. I was petrified to look over and see ass and motherfucking me titties and dick and balls, bro. I was so fucking scared. So of course when the movie ends, you know how you gotta catch the quick glance when the lights come on, see what who's over there type shit. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. When those lights came on, I caught that glance of who the fuck was over there. My nigga, I am so happy I did not look over there. This was two of the biggest, nastiest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about both these motherfuckers was gigantic. Like gigantic. And I have nothing against big people. Like I'm a big motherfucker myself. I'm 6'4", 280, 290, 300 around the holiday. That's just who the fuck I'm is. But these was two big, I'm talking both of them, they had two things of fucking large popcorn. That's when you know shit's crazy. When you buy two big ass things of large popcorn, y'all gotta slow the fuck down. Y'all, all that butter, like when it's two people, y'all just get the large popcorn and it is what it is. When it's two large fucking containers of popcorn, you know what type of people I'm referring to. These some big motherfuckers. Like, these some big motherfuckers. So then I started second guessing. I'm like, yo, was they having sex? Or was they just enjoying the show like myself? These were some two gigantic motherfuckers. Some megazoid ass people, bro. Like, they was at least 360. The chick was at least 320. The dude was at least 345 to 360. Big ass clothes. I'm talking, they was just huge. And it's not about me talking about weight, but then I was like, damn, bro, am I so high to the point? Is my mind so far in the gutter that when I think I'm in a movie theater and I'm hearing some deep breathing, I'm thinking people is getting a freak on? Is that what type of nigga I am? Like, is that what type of nigga I am? Am I just this guy? These people could have been some normal human beings enjoying some normal activities, enjoying their fucking movie, eating their popcorn. And I'm over there thinking they over there fucking and sucking dick because they breathing like goddamn pit bulls. Well, I felt bad. I felt motherfucking bad. But fast forward, you know what I'm saying, after I leave the movies, well, off the him, I just went to the gun range, bro. I'm big into the gun range now. You know what I'm saying? I'm really big into the gun range. I'm really trying to focus and find which gun best works for me before I start buying guns and stuff like that. Because I'm starting to realize that it's one thing to shoot a gun, but you want to control the bullet type shit. This is my first time truly using the iron sights. Like I was up there just on some hand placement shit, you know what I'm saying? Knowing where I wanted to go, like I was shooting a basketball type shit. But then this time around, I actually used the iron sights on the Glock. I used the Glock 40 this time. Generation 5 Glock 40, it was a Glock 22, I believe, 40 caliber. Pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was probably the smoothest grip feel. I've shot the Canik, I've shot the 1911 Springfield Armory. That was a 45. The Canik was a 9mm. So I'm just going around, you know, so trying to figure out which one best worked for me. I'm gonna start moving into the rifles and the machines and shit like that, the machine guns and shit like that. I'm finna start working my way up. I'm just trying to figure out what best works for me before I start buying guns and releasing content on that side of things. I don't want to get up there and not know what the fuck I'm doing and look fucking stupid. But I actually enjoy the gun range, bro. I really do, because it's not necessarily a feeling of, releasing any stress or nothing like that. It's actually, it's a new, if you say it's a crab, it's a new skill set I'm trying to master, basically. Like, it's something about trying to control that bullet, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting that bullet to go exactly where you want it to go. Like, I was hitting some bullseye yesterday on accident, my nigga. And I couldn't take pride in it because I knew that shit was on accident. Like, I couldn't tell you what bullet actually did that. I was just as shocked to see that shit as the motherfucker pointed it out to me. But as I started getting laid, I shot like, 150 rounds yesterday, 150 rounds. I usually just do 100, but I ran through that first 100 so fucking fast. And it was cheap. The ammo was like $24 for 50 rounds, so it was cool like that. So I shot another 50 rounds for a total 150. On my last 75 rounds is when I really started getting on my shit. I started really channeling my inner John Wick. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I started painting smiley faces with that motherfucker. Like, I really started to feel good, you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty cool. And after that, you know what I'm saying, I went and grabbed me something to eat, you know what I'm saying? Drove around the city a little bit, made a few stops, seen a few faces type shit. Then came home, caught the second half of the third quarter, second half of the third quarter and fourth quarter of the Heat and Celtics game. Jimmy Butler going crazy. You got weak ass George Williams talking shit. It's always about these bum ass niggas that don't nobody know. Like, nigga, don't nobody know the fuck you is, bro. You trying to get Jimmy Butler face, a nigga that dropped 56 a week ago. Like, nobody give a fuck about no George Williams. Only nigga they give a fuck about George Williams is his mom. Nigga, fuck George Williams. What the fuck? And yes, I know a nigga name is Grant, but the nigga name is George. Cause like, don't nobody give a fuck about you, my nigga. Your last name is Williams, and we still think about Robert Williams before we think about you, whole cake ass nigga. But I caught the second half again. You know what I'm saying? It was a cool little day. You know what I'm saying? I take these days because I think that's like the number one thing in my self-help, my mental health, I should say. Because a lot of times I'll be so caught up in trying to succeed in life and do certain things that I don't really take care of myself and do things that I really enjoy. And that's one thing I can really take pride in these last couple months, is that I've really been stepping out of my comfort zone and making sure that I'm doing things that I want to do or doing things that can bring me new experiences in life. And it's been really motherfucking enjoyable, man. Truly motherfucking has. But enough of that shit, enough of me. Y'all know who the fuck I am type shit. Let's go ahead and get into this docket. I want to start the podcast off talking about the sorriest man in human history. I came across this article about this man who passed away without ever setting eyes on a woman. I couldn't believe it. I can't even really fathom a nigga living that sorry of a life. This man, I want to read this to you. He was born in 1856. His name is Mihailo Tolotos. Faced a tragic start to his life when his mother passed away a mere 4 hours after his birth. With no father or other family members coming forward, the young boy found himself abandoned on the steps of a monastery situated atop of Mount Athos. Fortunately, the monastery took him in and became his new home. Due to the strict rules in this place, Tolotos had limited interaction with the outside world and was never exposed to women, as they were prohibited from entering the monasteries or setting foot on the mountain. Although male tourists were permitted, they primarily came to experience the monastic lifestyle, or seek a life as amongst themselves. Mihailo Tolotos lived his entire life in seclusion, shielded from the external world and without ever encountering a woman. Eventually, in 1938, at the age of 82, he passed away, having never laid his eyes and experienced a woman. Wow. So this is the only nigga in human history that don't understand me when I say this nigga never laid eyes on a woman. Now look, I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, niggas believe in what they believe in. You want to be a monk. I still don't understand that way of living. Religion is some shit that I just really don't get into for real, because it really don't make sense to me. I think it's just ways to separate people, divide people and shit like that. Because a lot of this shit just be stupid. I would never understand a nigga having to live on top of a mountain all his life never being able to see a woman. And not even, I know the popes and shit like that, they not supposed to be fucking, but you ain't never even seen a woman. You ain't never even seen a pair of titties, bro. You've never seen a pair of titties. You've never seen an ass. You've never seen a fat ass. Think about that. You've never seen a woman's beauty. Think about that. So every time you niggas wake up and go out in life and shit like that, before you start shitting on people and thinking about what you don't got and shit like that, you gotta think about this nigga. What's this nigga name again? Miliojos. His name is ass no hoes Tiliotos. This nigga name was Mihailo Tolotos. Nigga had to live on top of a mountain and never seen a pussy, never seen a woman's face, never seen a woman smile, never seen a woman walk away. He never seen any of that shit. He never seen it. He never seen it. Is this not the sorriest nigga that ever lived? Is this not him? Is this not the nigga? Is this not him? Like, on some real shit. When we sit here and we think about niggas who just had it rough in life, is this not the nigga who had the roughest? You've never seen a woman. You've never seen one. So you don't even know what that is. Like, when niggas talk about women, you think they lying type shit. You don't even know what that is. I can't imagine myself. See, niggas be talking about, like, you know, going to jail. You know, like, I can't go to jail, be around all them dicks. Cool. You know you being punished. You know you being punished when you go to prison, you being around all them damn dicks. When you being around all them dicks and you just sad again and discombobulated. This nigga was free. He was a freeman. This nigga had the best view in the world on top of a mountain and couldn't even see no women. This nigga, women they couldn't even come to this nigga's domain. This nigga mama died 4 hours after he was born. He never even felt his mama's touch. He don't know what a woman is. It's sad. It's sad to me because it's like, damn, my nigga. First, when you get past the whole, damn, bro, of course you a virgin. Niggas, you being a virgin, that's some wild shit as well. Being a grown man and being a virgin. I'm not saying sex should be on a nigga's priority, but you ain't stumbling to no pussy. Like, you ain't just stumbling to, oh shit, she wanna throw some ass. And you ain't just been in that situation. You ain't never just been chilling and like, some chick is like, she just wanna please you type shit. You ain't never just had that. You ain't even gotta be balling. I know some of the bummiest niggas I know done stumbled into some pussy. You ain't just been the wingman on some shit. You just came to play 2K, but somehow, some way, you got some ass that night. You ain't never just like you ain't never stumbled into some pussy, bro. Like, I just don't understand, bro. Like, it's just sad to me because once you get past a nigga being a virgin, once you get past a nigga never seen a woman as an adult, once you get past a nigga never seen a woman as a child, that's when you realize, man, this nigga mama, he never even seen his mama. He don't know who his mama is. He never even got his mother's touch. She died basically giving birth to a nigga 4 hours after she had him. I'm sure due to complications of the birth, this was back in 1800 something, nigga. Wasn't no hospitals and shit like that with technology. This is pretty much natural birth. That's fucked up, man. This nigga very well may be the sorriest nigga living. Or sorriest nigga that ever lived type shit. Cause that's some fucked up shit. As a 27-year-old man, I can't imagine living the rest of my life and not seeing a woman. See, that's the time like the ugliest, biggest, and like the big, you know, the big like Mrs. Puff from SpongeBob built. That's when it started looking amazing. Like that's when like the ones with like the big chest, big stomach, big thighs but no ass, like the big ass capital P built women. That's when they start looking beautiful as fuck. But if you ain't never seen, you don't see no woman for years type shit. You don't see women for months. They start looking alright type shit. You start making your way around some shit like, well, she do got pussy. Like, you start thinking about shit like that. But I can't imagine spending the rest of my life never seeing a woman ever again. At least at prison, it's fucking COs and shit like that. At least it's women, it's female correction officers and female guards and stuff like that. Like, this nigga never seen a woman? Come on, man. Free him, man. Free his mentality, man. That nigga locked up somewhere. He's a ghost somewhere. That nigga's a real ghost. Real talk. Moving on. Let's get into the legend Jim Brown. I want to say rest in peace to Jim Brown. Jim Brown passed away, bro. Jim Brown Passed away on Thursday at the age of 87. If you don't know who Jim Brown is, Jim Brown was a running back for the Cleveland Browns. He was also big into the Civil Rights Act, the Civil Rights Movement. There's that famous picture with him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell. They're all speaking. It's the athletes coming together from all different facets of sports. They're speaking they're being the voices of our people. Also, he was a magnificent actor. He's been in a few movies. He's literally a hero. He's in the same walks of life as the Muhammad Ali's, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, and the Bill Russells. Our generation, it would be the LeBron James, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. The Colin Kaepernick. Guess what though? I don't put him up there, but you niggas do, so I'll say his name. Jim Brown's a hero. Jim Brown, to be 87 years old, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's like, you know Jim Brown lived a hell of a life, but don't 87 still seem young, yo? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if it's because I feel like I'm getting older, so I'm trying to like stretch life as far as I can now that my mindset has changed. But it's like 87, it's old, but it's like, it don't seem as old as it, because nowadays it's like motherfuckers ain't as old as what they look now. Like it's 50 and 60-year-olds who look 30. So it's like when you see that and you see 87-year-olds dying in the condition that they in, I guess it makes me think about how human evolution has become. Because like I said, it's 50-year-olds looking like they 30 now. They still moving and grooving like they 30 years old, 25 years old. Like you gotta look at Will Smith. That nigga was damn near 50. Will Smith still like he 35, 40. Look at everybody in Hollywood. Jim Brown has been in Hollywood for fucking ever. Now granted, he's from a much older generation to where those old motherfuckers, they look their age. Like Jim Brown looked old. Kareem looked old. But like nigga Charles Barkley don't look nigga damn 60-something, damn 60-something. Michael Jordan don't look damn 60-something. It's a generation that started that shit to where the older you get, the better you start. So look at every Mary J. Blige, all these old motherfuckers that still look great. So I guess maybe I'm looking at them and I'm like, damn, can I really just see them just falling off in 10, 15 years? Granted, you never know when you're gonna go, but 87 just don't seem that old to me. The way I'm looking at people aging nowadays type shit. But Jim Brown lived a hell of a life. He lived a hell of a life. He retired young. I believe he retired at 30. So I believe like the last damn 60 years of his life, he's been a retired football player, retired NBA great, all-time great. I'm sorry, NFL great. So it's like, it's crazy for him to live the life that he's lived, reach the heights that he's reached, impacted the people he's impacted. Granted, you know him being out there in that Cleveland area, he has a huge impact on LeBron James. I don't believe you have a LeBron James if you don't have a Jim Brown. I believe all those things work hand in hand, man. So I want to say rest in peace to Jim Brown. Send my prayers and condolences to everyone, his family, his friends, and he's impacted in a positive way. Because that shit's major. But when you lose icons like that, you just hope that they get the love and the imagination that they should. Because without Jim Brown, bro, there wouldn't be a lot of these people. Like a lot of these people. You have to make sure you highlight the people. Like we just lost Bill Russell. We lost Bill Russell, we lost Muhammad Ali, and we lost Jim Brown. I believe the only person who's still like kicking from that picture is Kareem. And Kareem is getting old. Like Kareem old as fuck. Like they just showed Kareem at the game the other day, and his ass was sitting there, but he was leaning like this type shit. Whenever you see old motherfuckers, they leaning like this type shit, like yeah, nigga, it's getting there. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to wish nothing upon nobody, but we've seen this shit before. And we've seen the recent troubles with Kareem's health and stuff like that. We just happen to still see him out and about enjoying his life. But we have to understand that these pivotal people in our culture, in our society, not even in just sports, when it comes to just African American culture, they took shit beyond sports. These pivotal figures in our lives, our society, and our culture, it's fading away, brother. So we have to make sure that we give them their flowers while they're still here. We've done a great job with giving Kareem his flowers, giving Jim Brown his flowers, giving Bill Russell his flowers when he was here. But we have to make sure when they pass that it's just not, you know what I'm saying, a blow in the fucking wind. These is very important figures in our lives, bro. And if there wasn't a Jim Brown, Kareem, Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, come on, man. Just think about Muhammad Ali alone. Because I know a lot of people that tap into this show, a lot of y'all don't really know who Bill Russell is. A lot of y'all don't know who the fuck Jim Brown is. A lot of y'all barely know Kareem as because LeBron just passed him. But we all know who Muhammad Ali is, right? I feel like Muhammad Ali is probably the bigger figure out of all of those. Out of that large group of people, I believe Jim Brown is probably number 2. But think about Muhammad Ali and the impact that he's had on our culture. If there isn't a Muhammad Ali, think about how many people there wouldn't be. Think about how many people that cherish the fact. I just watched Steve Harvey and Shannon Sharp interview. Nigga, Steve Harvey was like, nigga, if it wasn't for Muhammad Ali, that's fucking Muhammad Ali. What the fuck does Muhammad Ali got to do with Steve Harvey? It's the fact that you seen that man get up on there in that time, being a proud black man, standing up going toe-to-toe with these white folks. Talking to these white folks the way that he was. Being a black man at that time, saying, I'm the greatest of all time. It's the same thing when you go to Bill Russell, or being a black man in Boston, having to fucking play for Boston, being a player and a coach, leading them to all these championships. Nigga won 11 championships in 13 years. And throughout his entire time in Boston, he was facing racism. Imagine being a star athlete in a city and still being the nigga that they being racist to. Not only was he the player, he was a coach and led them to 11 championships and 13 seasons. It will never be done again. And while he was doing that, he was facing racism in the city of Boston. We all know how racist Boston is today. The stigma, the reputation that it gets today. Imagine what it was like in the 60s, in the 70s. We all know about Kareem. The nigga name was Luol Cinder. He changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for what he believed in. We all know about these stories. We know about Jim Brown being a running back in Cleveland back in the goddamn 60s and 70s. We know about what these people were doing, what these men were doing. So we have to make sure that we highlight those things and give them their credit anytime we motherfucking can. So at this particular time, for all the friends of the show, to the Jim Brown family, friends, anyone he impacted positively, again, I send my prayers and condolences to everyone involved. You know, I enjoy coming on here, man. And one of the main reasons I started this podcast is because I always said a lot of things, and people will act like they don't remember me saying this shit when shit became true. I wanted to make sure with my own selfish ways that I put shit on wax, that motherfuckers could never say I didn't say certain things. You know, there's a group of my audience that gets tired of me when I bring up the whole trans shit, right? And quite honestly, I am starting to feel like maybe I should dial it back some because I don't want to be known as that guy. Like when I do blow up and this podcast becomes, you know what I'm saying, the best damn show on earth, I don't want there to be a group of people thinking I'm just the guy that hates trans people. Because I don't hate trans people. Like I don't want that to even be a narrative tied to my name. I just call out the facts with the shit, the truth, my facts with the shit. You know, I remember when I came on that episode that really was the first pivotal moment, the pivotal shift I sent with the audience. When I did the Dragon Tales episode. It was about how a man was transitioning to become a dragon. And I was like, how many motherfuckers would it take for that to become the norm? Because 10, 15, 20 years ago, the transgenders, that shit wasn't the norm. People looked at that a certain way. Now, it's kind of it is what it is type shit. We understand that the world is changing. There's still people that look at it a certain way. You got the Boosies of the world. But even him, his daughter's gay. His daughter's openly gay. So now he can't even say the things he once said because his daughter's openly gay. Everything he once said a year ago, 2 years ago, he can't say that shit anymore and stand on that shit publicly because he has to support his daughter. His daughter's a part of that community, whether you like it or not, whether he likes it or not. So we're understanding that the shit is just changing, right? So I came across this article, and like I told you, I had the trans dragon shit. The nigga turned into a dragon. People thinking he crazy, but okay. What if it's 1,000 people that turn into a dragon? What if it's 100,000, 200,000, 300,000? At what point, at what number does it become normal. So people looked at me crazy when I was asking those questions. But I always say, there has to be some type of mental health tied to thinking you was born in the wrong body, thinking you got a dick but it's supposed to be a vagina, thinking you got a vagina but it's supposed to be a dick. It has to be some type of mental health that goes into that, right? Once again, people thought I was fucking being an asshole. Okay, so let's say if I'm being an asshole with this one. I came across this article about this man who's, I don't even know the correct term to say, so I don't want to offend anyone when I say this. I'm going to say he's trans kid.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard me. I'm going to say the man's trans kid. I don't know the exact term to call it, so please, I don't want to offend anybody. I'm going to say he's trans kid. Because this man is 52 years old. Let me read this to you. It's a transgender dad with a wife and 7 kids. He left his family to live a life as a 6-year-old girl. A Canadian, I don't even know his name. We're not gonna say his name. It's too hard to know. Canadian man, 52 years old, was a cross-dresser before he was married to Maria and raised a family as a man called Paul. But at 46, she realized she was transgender. So I'm gonna pause it right there. So at 46 years old, this person realized that he was transgender. Went from being fucking Paul to whatever the fuck that name. It was a long ass, weird ass name. So at 46 years old, he realized he was transgender. You know what? Cool. If fucking what was the nigga in the card that what was the nigga name, man? What was the nigga? If Bruce Jenner could do it, hey man, fuck it, you can too. And monkey see, monkey do, right? Don't worry, we'll keep going. So at 46 years old, realized she was transgender. She was told to stop being trans or leave. So that's what the fuck she did. Now, the Toronto resident lives with friends as a little girl, even calling them their adopted mommy and daddy. She says the older couple accepts her chosen identity and accepts that she spends her time wearing pretty dresses and playing with the grandchildren. So let me tell you something. Oh, then she also said, I can't deny that I was married. I can't deny that I have children. She said, but I've moved forward now and I have to go back to being a child. I don't want to be an adult right now.
Wow.
So it's that simple. A grown-ass man at 46 years old can wake up one day and say, I'm a transgender. At 52 years old, after a motherfucker that's been living with them and raised a family, he got 7 kids and a wife. After the wife stands up and say, yo, my nigga, you need to stop this bullshit or get the fuck out of here. Any normal human being would be, or any rational human being, I should say, would say, damn, I got 7 kids and a wife. Let me conform or adjust my way of living, adjust my new lifestyle to appease everybody, to make sure everybody's comfortable. But no, this motherfucker then says, you know what? You right. I'ma leave. And not only am I gonna leave, I'ma turn into a 6-year-old kid, a 6-year-old little girl. And you may wonder where the number 6 comes from. You may wonder that. At 46, this motherfucker realized he was trans. So at 52, he's like, man, you know what? These last 6 years has been the real me. And I never was a kid. So I'm gonna become a 6-year-old little girl. Running around, living with friends and family, and walking around. It's a picture of this nigga with a fucking binky in his mouth. What 6-year-old got a binky in their fucking mouth? You running around at 52 years old wearing little dresses, binkies, playing with teddy bears and other grandchildren. What are y'all doing? So now that, you know what? I don't even want to talk about you weird motherfucker no more. You weird fuck. Let's talk about the grandchildren you playing with. What you think this impact is having on them damn kids? When you got this 52-year-old, old-ass, stinky-ass, Bengay, smelling-ass nigga running around this motherfucker with dresses, playing with stuffed animals and got binkies in his mouth. That shit sounds like pedophilia to me. That shit sounds like sexual activity, nigga. But don't nobody want to talk about it. You can't sit here and tell me there ain't no mental health with this shit, bro. Like a 46-year-old man can be like, I'm a fucking girl. I'm a woman now. Then not only can he say I'm a woman, but 6 years later say, you know what, fuck that. I'm a 6-year-old little girl now. And people just accepting it. People moving this old fuck into their house, having them around their grandkids, acting like this shit is normal. This shit ain't fucking normal. This shit ain't fucking normal. But I'm the bad guy when I say these niggas got mental health issues. Don't nobody understand what the fuck I'm talking about when I say mental health issues. That shit is that, how does that sit well with y'all? That a nigga can turn to a 6-year-old little girl just like that. Just like that. Just like motherfucking that. And we just gotta sit back and be like, well, man, say you're a little girl, you're a little girl. Who am I to say you're not a little girl? I'm a nigga that can look at you and tell you're not a little ass girl, nigga. I don't give a fuck if you put on a dress and put a binky in your fucking mouth. Nigga, look at your legs. Look at your fucking facial features. Look at your jawline, bitch. Look at everything about you. You have a dick. You are a 52-year-old man, you're no 6-year-old little girl. But I'm the bad guy. Yeah, okay. Okay, motherfuckers. Okay, moving the fuck on, man. For this fucking show be canceled. There's been a new planet discovered. You know, I've always found it interesting that they find new planets and shit like that. Like I've never been one to really give a fuck about the new planets. I've always thought, even as a kid, bro, we're not the only people out here, bro. You're not gonna tell me that the galaxy is an infinite, you know what I'm saying, infinite galaxies, and you know what I'm saying, but we the only motherfuckers here. That man sound cool, but you're not gonna sit there and sell Earth to me like Earth is just the best place to ever be. Like there'll never be a better place than Earth. Nigga, I watched Going to the Galaxy. That shit be looking cool. That shit be looking pretty cool, my nigga. Well, they discovered a new planet. And it's like an Earth-sized planet, but it's covered with active volcanoes. And the first thing I thought of was Star Wars. I know if anybody who watched Star Wars, you remember the planet. Was it Mustafar? I think it's called Mustafar, where Obi-Wan Kenobi and fucking Anakin is fighting. That's when Anakin, gets burned into the lava and shit. And that's how he eventually becomes Darth Vader. That's what I instantly thought of. But then I'm like, hey man, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. Trust me, I'm definitely not. There is some wild things that I think can be true, but I don't really give this shit much thought because it is what it is type shit. But it's like, y'all ever just thought about all the shit that just be coming out? Like, you ever thought about when things come out? Like, I feel like every time around when it's getting closer and closer to election time, after you start hearing about all this wild shit they're discovering, the shit that's on the horizon, and things of that nature, but it's never really things that they discover that can help us. And when I say us, it'd be like black folks. Like, when the fuck y'all gonna discover reparations? I don't really give a fuck about no volcano planet that's 90 clicks out in the universe. Unless that bitch coming straight for Earth, I don't give a fuck about that, brother. We not visiting that. I know y'all trying to say Mars. I know all my life growing up, you niggas told me Mars was hot as a motherfucker. There is no way in hell we could live on Mars. But the older I get, y'all keep saying Mars is the place to go. Okay, cool. But I know damn well we not going to no place where it's active volcanoes. It's a planet filled and covered with active volcanoes. That shit sounds crazy to me. But I don't give a fuck about that. Where's the reparations, brother? I seen out there in California that there's been a bill passed for reparations, quote unquote. But then they sent the black man up there to tell their ass, look, he told all black people, do not be expecting no checks. They say they approved reparations for everybody to get hell. I think it was like a few $100K. I think when I seen it was like every black person in Cali is supposed to get a few $100K. When I first seen it, I was like, well, get the fuck out of here. You know how many niggas in California, bro? You mean tell me every nigga in Cali gonna get 200K? You know how do you understand what the fuck that would have turned into? If you gave every single nigga in California 200K? So when I first read that, I knew that was some bullshit. But then they tried the black man out there to make sure niggas that looked like him understood exactly what the fuck he was saying. He said, do not expect no checks for fucking, for reparations. So it's like, my question is, fuck discovering UFOs, fuck discovering, you know what I'm saying, large size holes that can lead to new life forms. Fuck, you know what I'm saying, discovering new planets or volcanoes. Fuck all that shit, bro. When is you gonna pay us? When are we gonna get money? You don't even have to give me a check. Bro, give me that shit on my taxes or something. Clear my debt, do something. When are you gonna discover that? Because I always find it hard to believe, bro, for a country that makes its own money. And every year they destroy money every year. They destroy money every single year, bro. I always find it hard that motherfuckers are struggling the way that they is. There's homeless people out here that motherfucking reparations ain't been given out. I seen a report. What's the report that I seen about this nigga Elon Musk, bro? And I don't even be pocket watching niggas like this. I seen some shit that was like Elon Musk has 180 billion and there are 8 billion people on Earth. If he gave, and this motherfucker said if he gave us each $1 billion, he still have 172 billion left. Now, I'm not gonna get to mathematics of that shit. That shit sound good and all. I'm high. I don't know, 180 billion, 8 billion people on here. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That nigga still be rich as fuck. I've never counted pockets. I'm not a pocket count nigga. You got Jeff Bezos, you got Elon Musk, you got all these other people. All these motherfuckers who the richest in the world, all that shit. I've never been one to count pockets. But when you start to look at the trickle down effect, and you look at the richest motherfuckers, you look at the poorest motherfuckers, and you look at we create our own money. I get it. Money has to have value. I do understand that's what goes into, you know what I'm saying, why money isn't unlimited and stuff like that. Because you have to have value with the money. But why is it valued and what the fuck is valued at? Because if we have a country and we make our own currency, we literally make our own currency, fam. There should be in a huge abundance of cash flow. There should be a huge abundance of that. Now I do understand that there's a lot of money out here to be made. There's a lot of money out here, bro. There's a lot of fucking money out here. But as much money as there is out here, you can still see that it's not as much as you would think it is. There's a lot of people who don't got it. Like, nigga, I'm not understanding why, you know what I'm saying, the pay per hour isn't more. Why isn't everything more if we creating our own currency? Why isn't that? You have to make that make sense to me when niggas is making their own money and you think about how much money is destroyed every calendar year. That doesn't make sense to me. Because you can't tell me I can't spend this money from last year or this year. That's not how it works. So why is money being destroyed? Why is all this shit happening? And motherfuckers is homeless. Motherfuckers ain't getting reparations. But money is being destroyed. Money is being, you know what I'm saying, not accounted for. The shit never makes sense to me. It never makes motherfucking sense to me. So instead of discovering planets and all that shit, why don't Congress discover that shit? Fuck NASA. Where's NASA? Where's the money motherfucking me association? Where the fuck is that at? We need that fucking M's, bro. We need them fucking chips with dip, my friend. We really motherfucking do. But moving on, when we get the fuck up out of here, you know, I've always made known that when it comes to marriage, I don't really know if that's that shit I'm into. I've never really look. It's getting harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder. You know what I'm saying? For me to really see myself getting married. Like a few years ago, I really thought that was in my deck of cards. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really thought that was like 2-3 years ago. I really thought like, yeah, I'm gonna get married type shit. But as I'm getting older, I'm not seeing that in my future for real because I'm not really seeing myself bonding with a motherfucker to that level. Like, I don't know if it's because I don't believe in these laws. I've seen too many people get spurned and burned from motherfucking marriage, bro. And of course, as a man, you always look at it from the man's point of view. And the man's point of view is so bleak, bro, that you really can't look at that shit and proudly say you will be alright going through that. You just can't. As a man, you can't. You've seen time and time again niggas losing it all, niggas not being happy, niggas getting married and becoming the worst version of themselves. I've seen it over and over again. Those cases where a nigga meet the woman and, you know what I'm saying, she's the best woman for him and she elevated him to another level, that shit is very far and few between. And no, I'm not saying men get married to get elevated by a woman, no. But that story of a nigga, that whole Steve Harvey shit he said about meeting a woman, she's the one for him, and ever since he's been with her, it's been good luck and fortune. That shit is rare, bro. 8 times out of 10, a nigga's gonna get with a woman and he's not gonna want to be with her for the rest of his life. His life is stagnant, struggling, arguing, just kids. That's all it is, just kids. Yeah, just kids. He not doing shit he wanna do for real. His life is just tied to the kids. He just stuck in the house with the kids. Last shit, I've seen it, bro. There's too many people I know personally who, after getting married, their life just ain't really been shit. So it's like, I don't really see myself truly getting married, but I always want to know, where did this marriage shit even come from? Like, who's the guy that said, you know what, this is what it is type shit? I came across some shit about medieval marriages and medieval divorces, and it really blew my fucking mind. Marriage in medieval times is probably some of the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. You know, it's called divorce by combat. It was the medieval way of ending a marriage. In medieval Germany, husbands and wives could settle their disputes through marital duels. The man fought with one arm tied behind his back in a hole, while the woman wore weighted clothing and used a sack filled with rocks as her weapon. If they couldn't resolve the differences peacefully, they would each engage in a duel. The consequences were severe. The husband would be beheaded if he lost, and the wife would be buried alive. My nigga, who started this marriage shit? Medieval marriage and divorce sounds nuts, my G. Imagine being married to a motherfucker and then y'all getting divorced. And then the consequences of getting divorced is y'all have to fight. As a man, you're in a hole. They have you a hole in the ground with your fucking arm tied behind your back while she got a fucking sack of rocks. She got a sack of fucking rocks. Beating the shit out you. Beating the dog shit out you. And when you lose, you get your fucking head chopped off. And if you beat her ass some way, somehow, she gotta be buried the fuck alive. Who started this marriage shit? Because it seems to me, marriage ain't been fair since the dawn of goddamn time. Marriage ain't been fair since the dawn of goddamn time. Who did it? Who's the person that said marriage is the thing? Who did it? This is even before you get to the polyamorous, the other cultures where niggas got 18, 19 wives. Who's the motherfucker that said marriage should be a thing in the first place? Where did this stem from? Because in the medieval time, it was death. Divorce was death. I'm not about that life, brother. There's nothing in the world that would make me that mad to where if I married a woman that this is going to end in a duel. It's not happening. We're not dueling for shit. That's not happening. It's not. That's not happening, my friend. Medieval marriage was fucking nuts, B. Hold on, man. I came across this TikTok video that was going viral. And it was about this woman who revealed she lost weight for her boyfriend to have a baby with her. She lost enough weight to become attractive, for her boyfriend to have a baby with her. And it's drawing a lot of motherfucking attention on social media. You got a lot of women talking about like, hell no, he should love you for who he was. He not the man for you. I wouldn't have done shit for him. If he gonna lose weight for you. All that bullshit, right? And on one hand, it's like, yeah, I feel you. Like, if a man telling you You gotta lose weight and all that shit before, you know what I'm saying, he can find you attractive and things of that nature. But yeah, maybe that's not the dude for you. Maybe that's just not the dude for you. But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, what if this man was with this woman and then she got big as fuck? We all know that. We've all seen it. We've all seen it where a chick was either skinny or she was slim, thick. Few years into the relationship, she done got comfortable. She got a man that's loving her, she thinking, and she let herself go. Thinking he gonna love her through all her miseries and her flaws. And now she didn't put on 100 and some pounds. He didn't get with you when you was this big. Now, I'm not saying niggas should be shallow. I'm shallow as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I got with you when you was, you know what I'm saying, 180, and then 5 years later, now you fucking 245, come on, man, what's going on? What's going on? We gotta relax a little bit. Like, I'm not even saying I'm gonna break up with you, but I am gonna bring it to your attention. Like, man, let's get back in the gym. Like, I think I'm gonna package it as a us thing, not a you thing. Let's start eating healthier, baby. Let's you know what I'm saying? Let's go to the gym, baby. Let's do all this shit, baby. You gotta put it like that. But as a man, I see nothing wrong with a woman losing weight for her significant other. Like, women is getting plastic surgery and all this shit to get the approval of social media, but you won't lose a few fucking pounds for your fucking boyfriend? Like, how you know he want to have a baby with this fat ass woman? Like, you gotta start thinking like, just because you gotta stop thinking that a man has to accept all your fucking flaws. When women don't accept all the niggas' flaws, if a nigga ain't got no bread, she ain't accepting that bullshit. If a nigga ain't her best option, she's not accepting that bullshit. That's just a fact, bro. So why does a man have to accept you being 400 fucking pounds? I wish I would be with a chick and she blow the fuck up on me and then she wants to have a baby. I'm like, nah, now she got an attitude. Bitch, lose some weight. I don't even think it'll be conducive to the baby if you being 300 some pounds and you start popping off kids like that. I just don't see it like that. But even taking my personal feelings out, I never understand the confusion or the anger people have when a woman's doing something for her boyfriend. When women are constantly doing shit for the approval of social media, day in and day out on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that shit. Every woman that's posting their titties on Twitter, what they doing it for? Every woman that's doing all this sexual posting, all these sexual pictures, who are they doing it for? You trying to tell me they doing it because they doing it for them? Fuck no. They doing it for other people to see. They want to get them hearts that engage. They want motherfuckers to tell them they look good, bro. That's how the game goes. That's what social media is for. You think when I post a picture, I don't want people to like it? Of course I like it. I took the picture. I edited it. I took time to edit the fucking picture. Of course I fucking like it. But when I put it out, you think I don't want people to slide in my DM? You think I don't want that attention for a few seconds? So what the fuck do you think the women are doing it for when they ass naked, when they twerking on Instagram? What do you think they're doing this for? But the woman who want to lose weight, so the man that she's sleeping next to finds her more attractive, that's a problem? You niggas is fucking crazy, man. That goes back to people always saying like motherfuckers who ain't got a man be giving the most advice about how to get a man type shit. Bitch, you don't know how to get a man. You don't know how to keep a man. She's trying to keep her man. She's keeping her man. She got the nigga. Got finer for the nigga, and then got the baby from the nigga. What's the problem? Is that not how this shit's supposed to go? She got the nigga. She was obviously fine enough for her to get the nigga. She got finer for her nigga and got the baby out the nigga. Please do that to me. That's what I want. I would want my woman to be fine enough to bag Hatch, to get even finer for Hatch, to get my baby. That speaks volumes. That sounds like a long-term relationship. That sounds like commitment. That sounds like forever and ever. That's what that sounds like to me. That sounds like he's going to be with that woman for quite a long time. Because one thing for sure, he knows that what he has in her, he won't find out there. He knows that. I just seen a video of a chick. She had a boyfriend. He spoke some other language or something like that, and she secretly learned his language. You know what I'm saying? To talk to him and shit. So she walked down with the camera, and of course she's recording it, and she started saying shit in his native tongue, and he was like, "What the fuck?" So he started talking to her back like on some maybe she only know this little bullshit. But then she literally started carrying out a whole conversation about random shit with the nigga in his native tongue. And as a man, you saw in his eyes that he realized in that moment, this is the woman I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. Because a lot of times it ain't the big shit that niggas be like, oh my God. It be the little shit to where it's like, damn, she went and just learned my native tongue to communicate with me in my native tongue. It be small shit like that get a nigga like, damn, okay, she really all for me. It be little shit like that. And every nigga that seen that clip, we started looking at nigga eyes and he was like, alright, yeah, this the one. Because sometimes it sneak up on you where you be like, okay, this the one type shit. And it sneaks up on you. And I saw that nigga's eyes in that moment where he was realizing this is gonna be the woman I'm gonna be for the rest of my motherfucking life. It be small shit, thoughtful shit like that. Because as a man, you don't really get thoughtful shit done for you. You don't really get that. And sometimes as a man, since you don't get that coming up in life, you don't really expect to get shit like that. So when you do get it, it means more than the motherfuckers even imagine. But it always shocks me at the reaction on the internet to a woman doing something for her man, her boyfriend, whatever the case may be, their significant other. A woman doing something solely for them is always looked down upon. But if a woman she disguises it and boxes it as she did it for herself, it's praised. It's like, well, damn, man, well, she is doing it for herself. She's doing it to maintain her healthy relationship that's keeping her afloat. But people don't look at it like that. People always want to look at it some derogatory ass way, and it blows my motherfucking mind. It truly motherfucking does. But I think that's all we got, man. Let me look at the docket real fast. Am I gonna talk about the Lakers? Yeah, man, let's do that shit before we get the fuck out of here. Game 3 is today. Denver Nuggets up 2-0 on the Lakers. Both games have been very competitive. I'm not really even tripping about those two games. Of course, I would like to win both of the games, or at least one of those games. I'm not really mad, bro. It's like it's weird because that elevation, that altitude, and all that shit, I see it taking its toll on LeBron. He had the breakaway dunk that slipped out his hands and shit like that. You can say that's what's leading to these losses. Or you could just say, man, the niggas make some crazy ass shots. Be like, them niggas make some crazy ass shots. And both of them games, them niggas was making some crazy ass shots. So it's not even shit I'm coming here and try to make an excuse. It's not even about that, bro. What did I tell y'all, nigga, weeks ago? The Lakers been in playoff mode, nigga, for months now. My biggest fear is with them niggas gassing out. So it doesn't help that now you gotta go against a Denver team whose fucking home court is fucking above sea level. Like, what the fuck is going on? None of that shit helps aging LeBron, the oldest 30-year-old Anthony Davis. Like, none of that shit helps that team. But even watching them play, I've seen many times and many instances in these games where the Lakers have been the best team. But the niggas just make shots at the right times. It was that first quarter in game 1 that really got us out there. We came back, but LeBron took a boneheaded ass 3 that really got us, held us down. The second game, we was coming back. LeBron, we had to lead. LeBron started taking threes. All that shit. AD was missing shots. I seen these niggas miss so many layups that, I seen niggas make religiously. We lost by 5. So it's like, these games are so close that I really can't even be mad. Of course, you got to protect home court. Game 3 is a very big game. If they don't win tonight, it could be, very close to the end for these boys. But it's the first and forward, man. Like, so I'm not really tripping. Both franchises down 0-2, Boston and Lakers. It's the race to number 18. This is how it's supposed to be, bro. It's supposed to be difficult. It's the first adversity that the Lakers have really faced all playoffs. We pretty much been taking control of every fucking series so far up until this time. So I'm not really tripping about this shit, man. LeBron gonna come out tonight and go crazy. I believe Anthony Davis will continue to be good on defense. I believe he's gonna have a very good game of offense. We're gonna be back in front of our home crowd, and we're gonna do what the fuck we gotta do, man. I truly anticipate the next time I come in here and record, which will be Wednesday, that the series will be, nigga, shit, you got today's Saturday, they play again on Monday, and they're playing again on Wednesday. I truly believe that we'll be playing again on Wednesday, trying to take a 3-2 lead in that fucking series. I truly believe that. I truly believe we finna win the next 3 games. Let's see if I'm fucking right. And if I'm not right, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna let my ass have it. But with that being said, we want to wrap the podcast up right there. Get the fuck up out of here, man. I gave y'all ass did that 2-hour episode last week, man. Y'all be cool with an hour for this one, man. But with that being said, DJ, drop that fire ass beat, my boy. You know if I give it up on this side, man. It's all of these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And how's this episode? And we out this motherfucker. Peace. I ain't gonna lie, man. Quick follow-up from announcement that I made from last episode. I did put out a design of merchandise, the white t-shirts, and the white t-shirt version of the Friend and Show merch that will be dropping very soon. I do have many more designs that I have worked on. I'm going to be putting out there very, very soon. I am waiting to get these in first. I want to see them first, feel them first, probably wear them around a little bit, just to make sure that they come out exactly how I want them to come out before I start trying to sell them to the folks, man, to the friends, to the show and shit like that. This is going to be my first time really. The first time I did it, it was such a small drop that I really only did it for me to wear around, to me to brand my, me to wear my brand out and shit like that. People get used to seeing the name of the podcast and stuff like that. So this will probably be my first time really having a mass production sale, some buying shit in bulk and selling it like that. So it'll be interesting to see. It's definitely gonna be a process for sure. But I am very happy to see people who want shirts and want merch and stuff like that. So man, thank you. I truly appreciate all of you guys, man. You guys have really got me doing things that I really wouldn't even imagine doing. Shit that I was watching niggas on YouTube do. You niggas got me. Y'all got me thinking about doing that. Got me doing those things that I wouldn't even thought would be in my wheelhouse. So I was watching niggas on YouTube get P.O. boxes and make shirts and shit like that. And I just thought that shit was cool. So now that I'm in position now that people is asking me for shirts and wanting merch and stuff like that, man, it feels so motherfucking me good, man. To see that I'm now in a position to start doing the things that I've always thought was cool other people was doing, man. So it's pretty fucking dope. So I will have those new models and shit coming out, new postings about the new merch and other shirts and designs like that very, very, very soon, man. I just want to get the shirts myself, wear them around, see how they feel. I'm using the same, manufacturer that I used the first time around. So I have an idea, but I still want to see them in person first before, so I put my name on anything and put it out there to the motherfucking friends of the show. But with that being said, I'm out this thing, man. I'm out this thing, man. Fingers crossed for the Lakers, man. If you fuck with me, go ahead and pray for the motherfucking Lakers. We gotta pull this one out. It's gonna be LeBron's last dance. This gonna be way better than Michael Jordan shit if we win this championship. The same season where he passed Kareem, he get the ring. Come on, man. That shit'd be amazing, man. But with that being said, man, I'm out this motherfucker, B. Peace.
Welcome to R.I.P. OGHatch. You know what the fuck it is, man.
Yeah.